Hello, I'm Mike Stewart with Wildrose Kennels, located in Oxford, Mississippi. I'm here today with DT Systems to talk about one of the scariest things that gun dog guys do with their dogs, introducing gunfire. Everybody worries about it. Is my dog going to be gun shy? Is he going to be afraid of the gun? Is he going to be afraid of the shot? Let's talk about how to make this easy. First, if you pick the right genetics from hunting lines, probably not going to be a genetic problem. So if you encounter a problem, it's probably something you did in the training. There's a lot of ways to gun shy a dog fast. One is to surprise them. For instance, the puppy's eating food, you walk in, shoot a shotgun behind them. Well, that's a common way people say to introduce the gun. Shoot a popper behind them. Try that with a 3-year-old. He's eating his Cocoa Puffs in the morning, you walk in, pop a gun off behind him, see what happens. It doesn't make any sense for the child, it doesn't make any sense for the pup. Gunfire should be introduced progressively, and it should be at an age where the dog can understand what's going on. What I want to see is a dog that's marking well, retrieving to hand, goes out with enthusiasm, comes back. You're talking 7 to 8 months old. We don't test the dog either. We don't take them to the range early and just test to see if they're going to be gun shy. Likely will be. Another fast way to gun shy a dog is with this. These are great tools when used properly. But if you want to fire this thing right over a dog's head, like this great launcher from DT Systems, it makes a huge crack of a noise, and it hurts the puppy's ears. And now he's startled. The biggest mistake you can make if you startle your pup is to continue to fire the launcher, thinking, in good concept, I'm going to get him over the fear, but actually you entrench the fear. So what you have to do is take 2 steps backwards. So let's talk about how to avoid the problem to begin with. We introduced the gunfire progressively. We started at a distance with our training bag, and we put a popper in our bag. It makes just a little pop type of noise as we throw a bumper. Dog's sitting by the handler on a bucket, and he says, whoo, there's a bumper. He runs out and gets it. We slowly move the popper, the little bitty popper, even a cap gun, closer and closer. He never sees a gun, just hears the pop. When he can stand, your helper right here, you're sitting right here, and your pup can go out. Then we can move on to the next step, the popper out of the bag. Then finally, we go to the DT Systems. And you need a helper to do this. You load the launcher, the dog is over here, and you fire it away from the pup. You don't want the crack to startle the pup. And if you can fire it in such a way that the pup can see it go really high, big white bumper, it flies high and lands in close proximity to the pup, all the better, because he's focused. Wow, look at that bumper. He's not listening to the shot anymore. Problem. Always has been, I have to train by myself. I'm alone. So let's take a look at a system that will work for you. The DT launcher system. This thing is fantastic. It makes a little squeaking noise out in the field. You can hear it and get your puppy's attention, and you can set it way out, and it fires the bumper directly toward you, and it lands right out front, and the pup says, whoo, I'm not even paying attention to this shot. And as you go and reload it again, and as the puppy starts standing up under that shot, you move progressively slower, and closer and closer. So it would look something like this. You would have your DT launcher here, firing your bumper out. You're sitting here with the pup. The bumpers are flying closer to you, you move in. Closer to you, you move in. Closer to you, you move it in. Slowly you're moving toward the source of the launcher, here and here. And the puppy's paying no attention to it because all he's interested is getting that retrieve. And remember, the Wildrose way says, too many marks, you're going to unsteady your dog. So every other time you walk out and pick that bumper up yourself, we call them denials. So basically, it's very easy not to gun shy your dog, and prevention is worth a pound of cure.